This is your WW3 news of a Wednesday early evening. Now, despite we haven't got the foggiest idea how serious the shit is going down in the Middle East, but there's one thing certain which is looming on the horizon, is an energy lockdown. You remember the pandemic lockdown? It's going to be the same thing they're pulling off yet again. Whether it's a man-made crisis or not, conspiracy theory, but the reality is this. The costs of diesel and fuel as the things drag on in the Middle East. We could be talking $200, $300 a barrel of crude oil. And the fact is, like the powers that be, they were found an excuse to be tyrants against us, controlling our movement and pushing narratives without no scientific logic. Could I have the better hand on us this time round? Could be so. The only thing is to prepare. Start seriously thinking and stocking up on food slowly, because panic buying doesn't help no one, and obviously gives the game away you're preparing. Alternative source of energy, solar panels, be autonomous. And regarding the use of motor vehicles and energy, one has to be more fuel efficient, energy efficient I should say. Do not waste the electricity, because 20% of the energy which passes through that neck of the woods has an impact on our daily lives, as we move, how we work at home, and etc. And obviously you can imagine, they'll say start smart working at home, use limited of motor vehicles, and that's including electric cars. You think the grids can handle if they have to do program blackouts charging the EV? Even you're going to be hitting the end, so it's a useless piece of technology when you really need it, because obviously everyone will do their things at night because it's more cheaper than the one's less. And if power stations have to cut back on their production electricity, they have to do programmed blackouts at certain periods of the day in certain areas. Obviously there'll be other more principal priorities than civilian use of energy. So, how long this could last? Things in that part of the world is looking grim, because there's a high probability a full-scale war breaks out, and then afterwards society will go into war mode, and all the wartime powers and special emergency acts will have to be passed to front this emergency. I think it's best we prepare now. Do not wait thinking things will get any better. It's going to get worse. do not believe the shit what politicians say or so-called experts. It's a war of 5 days a month. No, this shit's going to drag on. Because for various motives, there's big interests in the middle, more bigger than us. And the fact is, we're the ones which are going to get up the exit hole, which pay the price in the end. So, I think it's best in this case is one gets start preparing, start documenting, try to be less dependent of modern technology, have a more analogical life, because when the blackouts roll out and inflation goes through the roof, social uprising, that will be a breeding ground, everything explodes. With all the problems in society there is, the economical situation, the problem with the illegals in Western countries, which presumably there could be sleeping cells imported, who knows? We could live in a state of terror. The powers that be can use that as a very good excuse to control us. Things are not looking good, but I think we should only count on ourselves, really, not on what these officials say or do, because they, during the pandemic, so-called phantomatic pandemic, you can call it, they lie to us. They use false, invented, non-founded scientific information about this thing. And obviously I don't want to get into this kettle of fish. We all know. Never forget. Because obviously they've been saying it for years after the pandemic. We could face an energy lockdown. So we've been tipped off already. Because the same people who are behind probably the pandemic, the master puppets, are the same people probably behind this as well. It has a similar characteristics, but it's no more a pandemic. It's a so-called economical, energetic crisis on the horizon. And, you know, our society runs on oil and electricity. Without that, our society just go launch back into the dark periods. And obviously things from overseas to begin with will be more expensive, and therefore it could be another video. Reuse things which seems obsolete. They're still valid today in use. If it works, use it. And this could obviously save you some money and dedicate your resources into other sectors which personally your priorities probably be more different from individual and family to family. So this could be a whole series of videos how to front eventual crisis, because it's on the horizon. It's a question of time when it's going to explode. And the problem is, will it explode in a full-blown nuclear war? You know, anything could be possible in this moment.